Today, I'm going to show you how to prepare a large number of letters for your employees, assuming you're an HR person or you're an administrator, and you need to prepare letters for visa. Now, I'm going to use that specific scenario to demonstrate what I'm going to show you today, but that does not mean that the use of these tools is limited to visa letters. Anytime you need to send a large number of letters, you can make your job many times easier by using the automation afforded by two simple tools which you already have: Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Word. And this is part of that philosophy we advocate in the Strategy Club about simple technology for small business, using or leveraging what you already have to make the most of your working environment. So we're just going to get into it, but before I get into it, I just want to remind you that in the month of April 2024, we're going to have another session of simple technology for small business. If you want to learn how to use Canva to accelerate how you do your marketing, your branding, your logo preparation, your websites, your branding package, all sorts of stuff, you can join us on the 7th of April 2024. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that, and then we'll dive right into today's conversation. Right, so I have before me Microsoft Word, but before we go there, we're going to do some preparatory work on Microsoft Excel. I'm going to create a spreadsheet that has my list of recipients of this letter, those who are going to get this letter. So I'm going to prepare that. I'm just going to use 10 names for the purpose of the example. And if in your case, you might have maybe 20, maybe 50, maybe 100 people that you need to send this email to. But I'm just going to use 10 names. So I'm going to have a serial number. I'm going to have a first name. I like to differentiate first name from last name because it makes the letter more personal, depending on what you want to do. In fact, we could put up other things here like the designation, right? In case you want to be more respectful, right? Then destination, where's the person going? And then maybe you want to include how you're going to support that employee, like maybe there's a specific package that you're going to use to do that. So let's call it the employee package. Let's call it, maybe we also have departments, right? Department, maybe we could have so many things, but we just keep it at this level. But the idea is that for every one of these fields that you have outlined here, you can actually insert a record from these fields in your letter in a dynamic fashion, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, so we have that specified. Designation, let's start from the first names and last names. I'll start for myself. All right, so what we're going to do now is, assuming that different kinds of support by policy in this organization. So basically, we're going to determine how much coverage each staff has based on the kind of package they are on. Let's assume that the visa support covers up to $10,000. Okay, so I'm just going to make this easy for me to do. like English American dollars. And then we'll say that all this is visa support is 10,000. 10,000. Then we have 10,000 here as well. Now the visa executive support is much bigger, so there's $30,000 covered. Maybe they allow the executives to travel business class, first class, whichever be the case. Visa support is also 10,000, and there's special support, which is for those who do not yet qualify for a package, but we are giving them the benefit by special consideration, so they have $5,000. And then the spousal support, which is for executives whose spouses are traveling with them, covered up to the tune of $15,000. Right, so we're just going to have that. Now maybe one or two of these people have special designations, like a doctor, the rest are regular Mr. and so forth. So we could decide when we create the letter how to address them. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Save this. I'm going to save this, then I'm going to switch over to Microsoft Word, where I'm going to start creating my letter. So the first thing, I go to mailings and I do a start mail merge, and I select the letters option, right? In that letters option, I start typing my letter. Let's take a simple letter. We're going to do a simple letter. Now, obviously, we may not get the format of your letter in your organization, or you can pick whatever format you like and then pick the fields that are necessary. While we are doing that, I'd just like to thank Dalex SWIFT for my t-shirt and for their support in the programs we've had recently, helping small businesses evolve in the use of digital tools and in the use of strategy to advance their business. All right, so we're going to say whoever it is that is concerned. Let's just put it in our address there. All right, obviously you probably have a better construct of this letter in your organization. Probably have a letterhead as well. We could decide that we want to put in a letterhead that looks something like this. Let me just put in something just for the purpose of the I'm going to set an image field. Let me just use the wizard so that this will make sense to everybody in step by step. So step by step wizard, letters. I have the content of my letter already, so I'm just going to select that the document type I am preparing is a letter. You can do this for emails, but I'm not going to do it for emails today, maybe another day. Letters. And I'm going to send letters to a group of people and personalize the letter that each person receives. So I'm just started that. I'm going to use this current document for the letter, and then I'm going to select my recipients. My recipients are in a file that I have created, the Excel sheet that I created. I'm going to browse for it and pick it up from where I saved it originally. Okay, so let me just pick that up. I think I have it. Right, so I have my recipients now, the list of recipients I provided earlier. The first thing is, since I have loaded this into the Word document, so I say, okay, I've loaded that. That means I can now insert different fields from that same document into my prepared letter. For example, I want first name and I put a space. I want last name, right? Is an employee of my company, company registration list, working in what department. I insert the department or for that staff, right? And then what else do I need to change? Where he's going, his trip. So that's the destination. I pick it up from my merge destination, and the amount that for which his package is covered, I insert there as well. The name of his package, I insert there as well, right? Okay. Now I have most of what I need. We can preview it and see that this says for Kenneth Giri. We can check this number 1, the first person on our list. The next person is Patricia Longe. The next person is Emmanuel Zulu, right? The next person is Mani George, their own package, the separate packages, and so forth. Now, if you notice very well, you see that the address of the embassy is not changing. It has to match what we have in terms of the destination city. So we're going to just update that. We're going to go back to our source document, right? And then we'll save this and then update that. So we have a field that indicates the embassy, right? So I'm just going to update that. I'm going to come here and say embassy. So you could have quite a long list of this. This is Dubai. Okay. I'm going to, this is London, the head embassy of the United Kingdom, right? Okay, so we have that. We're going to save that. We're going to go back to here and then let's see whether we can insert a merge field. There's no merge field called embassy address or something. So we have to reload our list. So we're just going to need to select our list again so that we can have the updated fields that we have introduced to our file, right? So let's go to simple technology, small business, mail merge, reference letter. Okay, so we should have our fields now. Let's see what that works as we think it should. Yeah, so that's it. So for each letter recipient, we're going to have their name, we're going to have the address of the embassy they need to visit. We're going to have the kind of package, the amount, etc. Notice that in providing the amount, the currency is not picked up because that currency is a format option I use in Excel. So we may have to introduce that separately, right? So that each of the recipients has the right figure. So I'm just going to go back to remove the preview so that I can see the elements. When I have the elements, I can decide to make all this bold so that it's still a normal Word file, so that it's clear what I'm changing or what I want to call the attention of the receiver for. See, this embassy is there and so forth. So I can do that, and if I go back to the previews, I can also see that that has changed for each of the employees. The bold formatting applies, right? All right, so we could do so many things with this, but the important thing is that we have a way to personalize this letter, right? That we are sending, and do a lot of formatting on it that is done one time. And you can save this file, reuse it. You can update your recipient list at any time you want, and then you're able to do that. So now we write our letter. Obviously, we've already written our letter. Step 4 or 6, we preview our letter. In the preview, we see what we already saw before. Nelly is going to the United States, New York. She has up to 10,000. Zulu is going to South Africa, Cape Town, up to 10,000, and so forth. So we can go on and on like that. They all have a formatted letterhead and signed by the same person, the same letter, exact same letter. Now we finish our merge. Once we finish our merge, we can print, or we can go back to the preview. So we can edit individual letters as well. So if we do a print, right, I'm just going to print I'm going to print all of them, and I'm going to print all to PDF for the purpose of this demonstration. In your environment, you probably print to an actual printer. So when I print to PDF, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. Letters. Yes. I expect the file to open up. Let me just see whether that is happening. All right, if that's not happening, I'm going to go to the repo where I have it and open it up. These are letters in PDF format. My letterhead looks nice. I have the first letter for Kenneth Geary going to Dubai, up to 10,000. I have the next letter for Patricia Longe. I have the next letter for Zulu. Imagine if you had 100 people going, you could easily just prepare letters for all of them in one effort. And whenever you need to change the recipients, you just go back to your source file, the Excel file, make the update, and print. So I hope this has been helpful. Again, I'm just going to stop sharing. I do want to remind you of Simple Technology for Small Business happening on the 7th of April. And we're going to be dealing with building an awesome brand using Canva. Mary Ikwebu will be walking us through that, and it promises to be very insightful. If you'd like to stay in touch, subscribe, share with your friends, invite someone to this event. Right? All right. I'll see you another time. You can visit our platforms, the Strategy Club, to learn more about how to register. Of course, it's already written there anyway. kennethgeary.com/STSB, Simple Technology for Small Business. Have an awesome day ahead. Bye.